Good morning, everyone. Welcome. I'm Edna Matsuoka. Welcome to the Konko Missions of Wahiawa. Today we'll be beginning our regular Sunday service, so please join us in prayer. Mediation Prayer, page 2. Let us seek the sacred mediation of Yano Sensei, sincerely and wholeheartedly each and every day. May we receive the mediation anew with all our heart and soul on this day, this very moment. 池上金光大臣様、池上金光大臣様、池上金光大臣様、池上金光大臣様。Purification prayer. Through the way of mediation, may our sincere apologies be acceptable to you, our divine parent. We acknowledge our mistakes and misunderstandings, arrogance and ignorance of our divine favor. We apologize for all our shortcomings and grievances from past generations. Guide us on thy way of living to reflect your divine will, with a pure, joyful, and loving heart, always one with you. Kami prayer, reverently we pray. The brilliance of heaven, the richness of earth, time flows without cease, years pass without end. In heaven and earth be the light that nurtures all. In heaven and earth be the truth that orders all. For this wondrous form, for these wondrous works, let us praise and Chikan and Kami. Let us praise the divine parent of the universe. Kami loves and cares for all humanity. All those who live between heaven and earth, to revere Kami as the divine parent. To live in Kami's infinite blessings, this is the way. Yet many not knowing the way are lost in greed and selfishness. They suffer the cycle of misfortunes, great is Kami's sorrow. Our founding father, Konko, suffered many trials in this world, but held fast to faith and sincerity. He received Kami's great blessing and began the life of mutual fulfillment of Kami and humanity. Humbly we pray, the divine parent's great wish was fulfilled. Konko accepted the call to mediation, that is the major benefit of Kami and humanity. By this he taught the way of faith to all who sought him, expounding the blessings of heaven and earth, and he knew not the coming of night. By night he prayed for those who grieved, seeking salvation for all who suffered, and he knew not the dawning of day. Though years passed and the world changed, he did not waver from his task, the divine task of mediation. Thus was given the sacred Kokoro, the guiding principle for our daily life. The divine favor of us renewed, and blessings flow universally, establishing the way of eternal prosperity, the way of mediation of Ikinami Konko Daijin. By this wondrous revelation, we are given knowledge of the way. Through all the hardships of this world, we gain of body and soul. The way of mediation teaches us to turn our hearts to Kami, without regard for day or night, whether we are near or far. The way of mediation teaches us to pray with total trust. For living unaware of divine favor, we offer our sincere apologies and pledge to mend our ways. Let us live our faith every day, seeking and rejoicing in your divine favor. Let us care for those in pain and invite them to the way. Let us guide those who are lost and awaken them to life of purpose. Kami is fulfilled in us. We are fulfilled in Kami. May this way of mutual fulfillment be manifested in this world. May Kami's wish for true peace and the well-being of all people be fulfilled. So we humbly pray, so we earnestly pray.
Recitation of Tenchi Kakitsuke.
にがみ今後大臣天地金の神一瞬に願えおかげは我が心にあり今月今日で頼み Pray sincerely with all your heart be one with Kami Kami's blessings begin within hearts grateful and caring in harmony and joy Look to Kami always now and forever on this very day pray 池上金光大神天地金の神一心に願えおかげは我が心にあり今月今日で頼め Pray sincerely with all your heart be one with Kami Kami's blessings begin within hearts grateful and caring in harmony and joy Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day, pray.
Dear Kiami Konko Daiji-sama and Tenchi Kami no Kami-sama, we are gathered here at the Konko Mission of Wahiawa for this regular Sunday service in honor and appreciation of your divine workings of the universe. The regular blessings we receive on a daily basis are the greatest blessings we can ask for. Your energy exists in everything from the sunlight that warms and lights up the planet to the air we breathe. Your energy existed in us humans and plants and animals and fishes and birds and everything. Your energy existed since the beginning of time and can never be destroyed nor created. We are surrounded by your workings that continue to provide for us, so we'd like to take a very brief moment of our day to say thank you. This year marks the 81st year since the founding of the church by the late Reverend Haruko Takahashi. Please guide us in her pursuit to continue the legacy of this church. She has sincerely dedicated her life to serving people and serving Kami-sama. We thank her for her faith, which continues till this day. We give thanks to the Reverend Yasuhiro Noriko Yano, our family and the church members and friends of this church who help in many ways to continue the church in Wahiawa. This week, please continue to guide us in our daily lives and bless every cell in our body from head to toe. At this time, let us take a moment to reflect upon the many blessings we receive and extend a deep prayer for people who are unaware of their blessings and so experience hardship and suffering. And we pray that the Kami-sama within all of us shines through, and that even one more person can realize your divine workings and be saved. Thank you again for all that you do. Silent, please. Thank you. Adoration Prayer, page 7. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. Divine in prayer for earth and gifts of Kami's great giving, how happy and grateful we are. The meditation of Kami Konko Daishin does not stop for us a single day. The protection of the divine parent embraces far and wide. The blessings of Kami flow without limit through all generations. The ways of Kami are mysterious and wondrous beyond our understanding. Day by day, every day, earnestly and reverently, we pray the virtues of Kami and honor the power of Kami. 金徳さ Sanji, page 29. Jintok Sanji, Aogi Matsureba Ten Takaku.
Aogi Matsureba Ten Takaku Odogami Matsureba Chiwa Atsushi Kami no Megumi ni Ikasadurumi no Saiwa Izo Arigataki Waga Ikigami no Ontori Tsugi Hito Himo Kakuru Toki no Naku Tenchi no Kami no Om Mamori Towo Kichikaki no Edate Nashi Kanitsuku Shimi wa Yorozuyo ni Amane Kumichite Hate Shinaku Kan Hakarai wa Usushikute Hito no Omoizo Oyobadaru Wadeda Kongyatsu Konnichi Iabi Matsuri Te Hitasurani Kami no Mikage wo Tataye Matsuran Kami no Hirei o Aogi Matsuran.
Kido Hairi. Mitama Prayer, page 12. Spirits of those who have gone before us, you are given the gift of life in the vast universe. It is our duty to live each according to your span of years. You will remember eternally your life people from generation to generation, honors as the foundation of our society and the roots of our families. Through the mysterious workings of Kami, you enter the Konko faith. You walk the way of Konko Daishin, respecting the will of the divine parents. You amass great merit through your faith to take it into the world beyond and give to your descendants. Our gratitude is boundless for your loving favors. We revere you as the ancestral spirits of our homes, our own divine spirits. We beseech you, stand by us, each and every one. Receive the favor of Kami, and help us fulfill our tasks as people without failing. Protect us, guide us, enrich us, that we may never do the way of faith, that we hand it down to all generations, that we may live in peace and prosperity within our homes. Protect us, guide us, enrich us. Dear Mitama spirits of the late Reverend Haruko Takahashi, deceased family, friends, spirits of the native Hawaiian people, and beloved house pets that have passed. Good morning to all of you. We have gathered here today for our regular Sunday service in acknowledgement of Kami-sama blessings and in remembrance of you. We know that you are always watching over us and supporting our well-being decisions, even more now that you are a Mitama spirit. You are the foundation of our existence, which enables us to be able to enjoy blessings today. If it were not for you, we would not be here. We are here today to honor your divine strength, pray for your eternal happiness and peace. Whether through a butterfly, a dream, or a gust of wind, letting us know your presence in these many forms reminds us that your love for us continues. We wish to continue your legacy as an extension of your life and help pass on your core values. We now take this moment of silence to think about you and your generous love and care for us. Silent prayer. Thank you very much. Sosen Sanji, page 36. Sosen Sanji, Yoyo no Yawa, Waga Ie no Kami, Waga Kami to Kokoro Tsukushite, Itsuki Matsuda na Kokoro Tsukushite, Itsuki Matsuda na to Kimi o Yano Kami tachi o Umi no Kono tame ni Ie no hashira o shizume tate tamai hatsu kono tame ni yono nari wai o mamori tasuke tamai kapuri yono mieru sakai ni mashimase domo mi tsukushimi no mi kokoro wa utsushi yo ni kawarase tamawazu saki mi tama no masaki kusaki wa e tamai kushimi tama no kushibi ni megumi tamai te kokoro dashi wa maki no hashira no ugoki naku nari wa iwa musubutsu name no yurubi naku magokoro kiyora ni 自動はい。Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today to attend our regular Sunday service. We just had our Oh yeah, I forgot to. You see what happens when I miss one Sunday and I'm at work? I forget the routine. Okay, sorry about that. Let's read the Konko Creed on page 73. We believe in Tenchi Kami no Kami, the divine parent of the universe. Our founder, Konko Daishin, embraced Kami civilizations and our divine mediator answered the call to eternal mediation. Our continuing goal from moment to moment is to realize Kami within each of us. We are fulfilled through Kami. Kami is fulfilled through us. The happiness of everyone is Kami's greatest wish. We give thanks for Kami's blessings, mysterious, wondrous, and mundane. Blessings begin with our own hearts filled with harmony and joy. We pray wholeheartedly to Kami, today and every day, trusting Kami as our loving parent, finding peace of mind. We live our faith in service to Kami, each other, and our world, nurturing and nurtured, mutually fulfilled. We revere those who have gone before us, spirits one with Kami, caring for us eternally. We respect and appreciate other paths taken by humanity towards spiritual fulfillment. Thank you. Good morning again. Thank you for joining us for our regular Sunday service. Yesterday, we just had our Konko Missions in Hawaii Zoom conference 2021, and that was the first one we ever planned. There were only, how many people in the committee? 1, 2, 5人かな? Committee wa. 5 people in the committee, and we did all the planning on Zoom. We didn't even meet up once in person. And so I was kind of skeptical, like, I wonder if it's going to work out, but it did, and it was fun. We really enjoyed ourselves. And how many people attended? Almost close to 44 people attended. And that's a really great turnout. Only like 3 people that signed up were not able to attend, but the turnout was fantastic. Anyways, our theme was Kokoro Kubari, and our guest speaker was the Reverend Saijiro Matsuda of Konko Church of Minamimuro in Mie Prefecture. He is so akarui. He's always smiling. He's a ball of positive energy, and we just love him. He shared 2 episodes in his life that were related to the theme. And so what is Kokoro Kubari? My brother Rodney Sensei puts it best as sharing of our hearts or distributing our hearts. Kokoro, because kokoro means your heart, and kubari or kubaru means to distribute, you know. So thinking about others, worrying about others, having concern about others, making life a little more easier for others, being considerate and thoughtful, being a good listener, watching out for someone, helping people out, being attentive, being mindful and careful are all ways that fit into the category of Kokoro Kubari. I remember an episode about a month ago when I was driving home from work. Well, maybe it was before my 12-hour shift, but it was close to midnight. And I was driving home from work, and I was going regular speed limit. And then all of a sudden, this car comes really close to me, and I was like, "Oh, he's gonna bump into my bumper," and I was kind of scared. And then he puts the high beam on, he flashes it. I was like, "Oh no, he wants to race me or something." I got kind of scared, and I didn't know what he wanted, and I just kept driving, and he kept blinking at me, you know, that high beam. So I was like, "What is going on? What does he want?" But then I just noticed that my headlights weren't on. So my lights, you know, when it's nighttime, you turn on the lights. And I forgot to turn it on. Oh. So he was telling me, "Hey, your lights are not on, turn it on." So as soon as I turned on my lights, he went away. Oh. So I was like, "Oh, that's what you're trying to do. Thank you." You know, in my heart, I was first like kind of scared of what the heck does he want? But then he was trying to be really considerate of me, because driving at night with no headlights on is very dangerous. And so that was Kokoro Kubari. I was really thankful. There's another episode when you're in the bathroom and you use the last bit of toilet paper and there's an empty core. What do? Do you just leave it there? Like, my mom will do it. Oh yeah, my dad's gonna change the toilet paper. Or do you take the initiative, get the new toilet paper, and put it on and leave it there? You know? So the next person who uses the bathroom doesn't have a bad experience, right? Or it could be you that has to rush to the bathroom, and then you're like, "Oh man, I didn't fill the toilet paper," and now you're panicking. But that's all part of Kokoro Kubari. You're thinking about others. Matsuda Sensei, he shared 2 episodes, which I'll summarize, because he spoke about 20 minutes. I don't want to tell the whole thing, but just summarize. The first incident involved 2 students who were in the same English language class, because he took adult education classes in Hawaii more than 20 years ago. And it almost seemed like a racially charged argument that broke out. The aggressor was a Chinese woman who started an argument with a Korean woman over deciding where the class should go for a dinner gathering. The Korean woman said, "Let's go to a Korean restaurant. I know a really good one." And then the Chinese woman shouted, "No way! I hate kimchi!" And then there were other Koreans in the class who sided with the Korean woman and lashed back at the Chinese woman who made such a rude comment. And it became like a messy argument, according to Matsuda Sensei. A lot of bad energy. And then the English teacher suddenly put Matsuda Sensei in the spot. And he said to him, "You're the only one that seems to get along with this Chinese lady. How come?" And then a man from Iran approached him, because this is a really international class, approached Matsuda Sensei and said, "Yeah, you always seem to be so optimistic. You're always smiling and happy." And then, lo and behold, Matsuda Sensei was surrounded by people from all over the world, you know. He was sitting down and everybody else was standing behind him, like beside him, and he was like surrounded by like the man from Iran, Taiwan, China, Korea, Samoa, Mexico. He was surrounded by all these different ethnic background people, and to Matsuda Sensei, it almost felt like a mini world converged around him, and he thought it was really cool. He remembered a teaching given to him by the Reverend Fukushima Sensei, on what the heartbeat of Konkokyo is. What is the core essence? And that is to be able to get along with everyone. Matsuda Sensei basically told the teacher and the class that he doesn't find the Chinese lady to be particularly a bad person. In fact, she's a bit funny to him, and that he believes in getting along with everyone. After that great ordeal, the class was able to get along with each other a little bit more better than before. And people are too quick to judge and take sides without knowing a person's hardships. So in this episode, Matsuda Sensei clearly practiced Kokoro Kubari by being mindful of all his classmates and trying his best to get along with everyone. And in doing so, he was able to bring about harmony in the classroom where it was once hostile. In the second episode, he shared about a couple that was possessed by some kind of ghost or evil spirit. And they came to the Minarimura church to have the evil spirit leave. They talked with Matsuda Sensei, but in the end felt that Matsuda Sensei wasn't all that helpful and he didn't really help in that situation. So the wife didn't want to take up any more of his time, and so she just left the church. They went outside. But the husband, he remained at the okekkai seat. He asked Matsuda Sensei for one request. He asked, "Can you please touch my shoulders?" he said. The possessed man, he asked Matsuda Sensei to touch his shoulders. Matsuda Sensei was warned to be careful because as he touched his shoulders, the evil spirit might transfer to Matsuda Sensei. Before Matsuda Sensei touched his shoulders, he did a prayer before the altar and then proceeded to give a 5-minute prayer shiatsu massage. After that, the possessed man said he felt lighter and better and went home. Matsuda Sensei wasn't quite sure if that worked, but he continued to pray for this man. The very next day, he got a phone call from him, and he said, "I don't know what happened. I cannot believe what happened, but the evil spirit left my body." He didn't understand the situation. How just visiting the church, having you touch my shoulders, leaving the church. And, oh yeah, and he also, Matsuda Sensei also gave a goshinmai. And he also ate a goshinmai at the same time. So I think that's really Kokoro Kubari. So Matsuda Sensei was truly grateful for the divine work of praying to the for praying to the spirit of Konko Daijin before he touched his shoulder. So he basically asked Kami-sama Konko Daijin to be with him, be with Matsuda Sensei, and then touch his shoulder. Because if Matsuda Sensei just touches his shoulder, I'm pretty sure the evil spirit will transfer to him. Yeah. But through Konko Daijin's divine spirit, divine power, although Matsuda Sensei himself didn't have any power to release the spirit of the unrest, Kami-sama obviously had the power to do so. And so the spirit left the body of the possessed man and reconvened back into the universe. Now what would you do in Matsuda Sensei's situation? Surely seeing a possessed person is not an everyday ordeal. You don't really see possessed people walking around. It's rare. But Matsuda Sensei displayed Kokoro Kubari by first accepting what the possessed man wanted him to do, and second, realizing that this was no task for Matsuda Sensei, but it was a task of Kami-sama to help him out. So he humbly requested for Konko-sama's help, and in reaching out for divine intervention, Matsuda Sensei received it, and through Kami-sama's power, through Konko Daijin's power, the unrest spirit was released out of the possessed man's body, and he was saved. I truly believe that Konkokyo has the power to save possessed people. You see exorcisms on TV, you see it on movies, and it's always so grueling, it's like people strapped to the bed, and it's like foam coming out of the mouth, and like have their cross in front of them, like reading the Holy Bible, and like all this like turbulence. You see all this turbulence, and it's like just watching it feels like both are suffering. It's like the spirit is suffering and the person possessed is suffering, and it's just a mess. But through Konko Daijin divine intervention, any spirit can be saved without exception. I challenge you, bring any possessed person to a Konko church and they will be saved. As I listened to Matsuda Sensei, I felt he also displayed Kokoro Kubari to the unrest spirit. That's what I believe. That was possessing the man. In normal Western exorcisms, you see so much evil, pain, and violence, like I mentioned earlier. And the prayers are intended to slam the evil spirit back into the depths of hell for good. But with Matsuda Sensei, he even had the compassionate heart towards the evil spirit. So not only did the spirit leave the man's body, it left with good energy, and even that evil spirit turned good. How would you again have responded in this situation? The man warned him now that if you touch my shoulders, that evil spirit can transfer onto you. So be careful. People would hesitate, right? People are like, oh, I'm going to stay far away from you. But Matsuda Sensei trusted Kami-sama again. So he was not scared one bit. In fact, he was more than willing to place his hands on his shoulders and to save this person. So thankfully, the spirit left his body, and he was no longer possessed by the evil spirit from the moment he left Minami Muro Church. The Kokoro Kubari in this episode was that Matsuda Sensei listened to the man, tried to understand his situation, and trusted Kami-sama in helping him and touching his shoulders when requested. Usually, people might not want to touch people that are possessed with evil spirits because they might come to you. But regardless of this warning, he proceeded with prayer. And that's the key element. Matsuda Sensei prayed to Kami-sama, and so Kami-sama took care of the situation. I remember the Reverend Masahiko Yoshino. For those of you who don't know, he was the second head minister of the Konko Church of third. Oh, because Kodama Sensei and Kikue Sensei. Okay, Masahiko Sensei was the third head minister of the Konko Church of Honolulu. And one day there was a homeless man that would come to seek mediation from Yoshino Sensei. But there was a language barrier. The man only understood English. Yoshino Sensei only understood Japanese. So it's like, how are we supposed to communicate? But they still tried to read each other's energy. And they would both cry because Yoshino Sensei could read the distress energy of this man. And the homeless man really felt that Yoshino Sensei understood his energy, even if he didn't understand language. So the homeless man, he had these dirty, cracked hands that had lesions. It was bloody. It had some pus on it. And he still tried to shake Yoshino Sensei's hands like that. And, you know, usually people are like, don't touch me. Or like, can you wash your hands first? But Yoshino Sensei didn't care. He took both hands and shook those gross, pus, bloody, cracked hands. And he shook it with good intention and a caring heart. Can you do that? I don't know if I can do that. Even if I'm going to wash my hands. But that is Kokoro Kubari. Such is Kokoro Kubari that I cannot even copy. Kokoro Kubari can again be applied in any situation. Being kind and caring and thoughtful are all traits of Kokoro Kubari. And during the discussion, one individual in my group mentioned how important it is to treat our own spirit with kindness too. Oftentimes we may be too hard on ourselves, but treating our own spirit with kindness is something that will make our hearts feel happy. Someone also mentioned that it's important that we are happy and safe individuals to begin with. Because without being happy and feeling blessed, we wouldn't have the capacity left to extend any kind thoughts and prayers and actions towards others. So it was important to become a happy person. And with that, we can extend Kokoro Kubari to others. This is such a diverse topic filled with many discussions. It almost felt like there wasn't enough time to discuss the topic. It's like, what? It's almost time to reconvene back into the main group. And thankfully, after the conference was over, I received quite a few emails telling me that the conference was really enjoyable and they learned a lot. Many thanks to Kami-sama and Konko Daiji for making this conference be possible. And I was in the committee and everything again was on Zoom. And I pray that the conference will still work out, and it did. So I'm really, really thankful for that. I also would like to thank the Reverend Matsuda Sensei for being a very cheerful and animated guest speaker, and all the committee members and participants who joined on the function. And so there was a question of, I was one of the facilitators, so I didn't really speak. But the question was, how do you do Kokoro Kubari? And for me at work, on our floor, especially on our floor, I made it my own decision to, if I see any rubbish on the ground, on the floor, I would pick it up and put it in the trash can. And we have housekeeping. We have designated housekeepers on our floor. Yet, I pick it up anyways. And I just wash my hands. And some people, it's like the trash can is right there. Why do you miss? And you around the trash can, it's not like the trash can is full or anything. There's a lot of like paper towels on the floor or rubbish. And it makes me think, like, really? What's so hard about putting it in its receptacles, like right there? And there are no kids, so it's adults. It's really adults doing this. And people may think, well, the housekeeping's right there, they're gonna pick it up, whatever. That's their job. But no, I don't think so. I think it's our responsibility to keep our environment clean and really give praise and give appreciation to even the housekeeping. They're doing a wonderful job keeping our unit clean, and everybody is doing their own parts to work as a team for the safety and for the health of the patients. So we all need to work together. And so one day I saw a big paper towel crumpled up in the middle of the aisle. And I was like, wow, okay, I just picked it up and I'm going to throw it away. And then I hear all over from the back, I hear, "Thank you, Edna." And then I turn around and it's the housekeeping lady. And she saw that, I guess. So it made me feel, oh wow, I guess people are watching you. And people are watching us all the time. So your actions will speak louder than words. And do this for Kami-sama. Matsuda Sensei said that Kokoro Kubari to him is, what would Kami-sama want you to do? So that really touched my heart, that message. Anyways, that's what I wanted to share with you today. I hope you can incorporate Kokoro Kubari in your life some way, somehow, starting today, and just radiate your good energy. Thank you so much for listening. Oh yeah, David. Since David Sensei is here today, I have requested him to speak for you. So,
Good morning. Thank you for coming to today's Sunday service. I know my hair is all messy. Yes, my sister asked me to talk this morning. I was like, maybe I don't have to talk this morning. And I almost thought she forgot about me just now. But then my mom reminded for me to talk. So I really did have to think about what I have to talk about. Basically, it would probably be somewhat similar to what Edna was saying today. Recently, I had not my patient, this is at work. So at work, we've been super busy and short, and we've been taking care of like extra patients or working extra hard just because we are very short staffed. There's just not enough staff. Everybody's quitting or calling out sick, and we're basically, I guess our hearts are getting worse and worse in a sense that we're losing not hope, but before we used to be like a lot happier going to work, and now we're feeling a lot of strain, a lot of stress, and you can feel that, you know, throughout the whole hospital. Basically, it's the energy that Edna was talking about. You have to show good energy. If you don't show good energy, then everything starts to turn into like kind of like bad energy. So recently, like I answered the call lights because a lot of call lights go off in the hospital. And there's this particular patient where I went to the room and said, "Can I help you with anything?" And they said, "Can I get a sandwich and 2 jello and 2 pudding and some juice?" And I was like, okay. I said, "Let me ask your nurse." And the nurse was like, "Again? He's asking for again?" So, you know, I think in my head, yes, he is homeless, and he does ask for a lot of food. I don't want to say the name or anything like that, but it's quite a common trait among the homeless people. I know they cannot eat. I know that they need to build up the calories before we discharge them back to the street again. That's the typical routine that the hospital does. A lot of individuals, they do not want help in a facility. They don't want a home. They just want to go back to the street again so they can do their own thing. So when I brought a sandwich. I brought 1 sandwich, 1 jello, and 1 pudding. I did not fill the order like how he requested.
Wow.
And I was like, it was fine because that was his 4th sandwich already for the night. So that's actually quite a bit. And so we actually are running out of food for everybody else. There's no food. Where's all the sandwiches? You see the name, because you have to write the name and the type of food, and you see like multiple orders. Like it's like a lot of food. So I went in there and I brought him the food. I said, "Sir, this is your 3rd sandwich." And I wasn't trying to judge him or anything like that. I really wasn't. I was trying to tell him in a roundabout way, like, we're running out of food. Like, we don't have any more food. And then he got really mad at me. And said, "Are you trying to judge me?" Like he got super pissed off. I wasn't trying to judge him at all. I bring a lot of food all the time. And I said, "Sign me up for your side, and I'll just give you the food." You know, I try to be as nice as possible to them, to everybody. Basically, I never treat anybody any different. It's just sometimes it becomes unreasonable to the point where I feel like I have to say something, or else it's just gonna go out of control. So yes, that guy did get quite a bit mad at me. Right before that, he was like preaching to me about God and how good he is, and about the Bible and everything. And it's like, I try to practice what I preach, and I always tell everybody to be good to everybody. But I did have to leave that room because I felt myself getting irritated as well. So his feelings were much more stronger than mine. You can feel his anger. You can feel like it's like daggers, like he's just like trying to stab me basically with his heart, with his mouth. And I didn't mean to say those words to judge him in a bad way. I just said, "This is your 3rd sandwich, sir, and then this is all I can get you. So you have to wait till breakfast to order more food." So yes, I had to leave the room because that guy's Kokoro was stronger. Negative energy was stronger. So I have to put myself away from that situation. I said, I cannot go into that room anymore. Is what I told him. It's like, I'm not bringing any more sandwiches for that guy. He said, nobody better bring any more sandwiches. So after that, he stopped calling for food. He just waited till breakfast. So I don't know if he heard what I was trying to get to him. But yes, he stopped ordering stuff right after I brought his last meal for the night. Because, so I always tell people to try to treat people good. He said I'm sorry in the end when I was like leaving the door. He said I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell at you or anything like that, but it was already too late. It was like I just felt like I couldn't go back into that room quite yet. But I always tell everybody just to treat people good, to not be biased. I know it's hard to not treat people the way they look. So yes, some people treat the homeless not so good because they are homeless, but I treat them all the same regardless. They are human beings. I just put myself in their situation. I always tell new nurses, like, don't treat the patient like you're treating a family member, because sometimes you don't treat family members. You wanna treat the patient like how you wanna be treated yourself. So you have to put yourself into their situation. So yes, they are having a hard time. So I try to put myself in their situation to be as unbiased and to treat them as good as possible. I try to do that Kokoro Kubari thing that Edna was talking about. So, that's the most recent thing that I can think of about when I tell people to treat people good. If you treat them good, they'll typically treat you good back. It's the energy you display to whatever individual will pretty much be reflected back to you. Is what I want to say. So, some other patients were like, "Oh, that guy is so mean to me," and it's like, but it's like you're not treating him that nice. You're treating him kind of rude. So when I go there, they're like, "Oh man, they're super nice. Like they're like the best patient." And so it all stems from your heart, and it all stems on what you emulate towards other people. So you have a nice heart, the heart of Kami-sama we have to try to do that, although it might be very hard to have a broad heart, to have an accepting heart. But to practice faith, to be patient. Patience is pretty important. So being patient kind of helps you to grow your heart and to just try to practice, being good to others, to treat them how you would like to be treated is one way I feel that you can be closer to Kami-sama. I think that's why there's that Gojimon up there is supposed to be a mirror. I know it's showing the front Gojimon area, but if you flip it over, it's actually supposed to be a mirror. So the mirror is supposed to show yourself. So it's just a reflection of yourself. So you can view other people as a reflection of yourself. I know people can be strong-headed and all of that, but you try to show the best self to other people is what I feel. And that's pretty much it. So thank you very much.
Thank you for joining today's service. Maybe 2 speakers will be enough. But I want to share one response to the speeches given by Edna and David. As for the Matsuda Sensei's presentation, while listening to his speech, I reminded a message from Kami-sama. And Jinkyu Kyobo number 37-2. If there's one true believer in our family, then all the family members will become believers. If there is one family in the village who truly believes in this faith, all of the villagers will begin to receive divine blessings. So the foreign language class Matsuda Sensei attended is kind of village. Matsuda Sensei is a Konko believer, who believes in Kenchi kind of Kami-sama. And the whole community, the whole class responded to Matsuda Sensei in a sense. So one believer's presence in the community can change the air, the atmosphere, the behavior of other people. So this is very, very powerful message. And Matsuda Sensei just demonstrated the example. So I really enjoy this teaching. And as for David, it's a working place, the best place to practice this. So true. Kami-sama gave the opportunity to practice this. Maybe he can escape from this situation. That's my response. I'm grateful to this teaching to practice faith at any given situations. I'd like to introduce one message from the Konko Missions. We're talking about Kenji, the founder related. Practice faith in coming single-handedly. There will be divine blessings. Don't hesitate to come closer. There are things I must tell you. Person from Oslo, don't think it's strange when people say, I am a kami. How could I be a kami? I am a farmer who till the ground and know nothing. Many government officials from around Tokyo have come and claimed. People say, man can become a kami. There's no doubt. Man can become a kami. Look at the name cards about the entrance. There's so many. The people who come here are all kami-samas. He pointed without worship, without sin. Kami. You're all children kami-sama. To be Aikami is to have kami be born within you. I was the first to receive such divine blessings. You can always see divine blessings in the same way. Number 1, Kenji number 2. The message shows exactly how the founder identified nature of human being as children of kami. And each of us has the inborn potential to evolve to become a kami. How we see each other in various world can be so diverse and dictated by the theological definitions of each religious organization. I am Konko believer and appreciate the given message of the founder of Konko Missions. By the way, yesterday afternoon, as Edna mentioned, we had the conference of 2021, and Matsuda Sensei was speaking. He stayed in Hawaii for about 10 years in Hawaii, and as minister of Konko Missions in Hawaii. His presentation was inspiring. After his presentation, we were divided in 5 groups. And during the group discussion, we found the importance of the directions of the usage of one heart. The practice face to direct your heart toward Kami-sama. In daily living, we have been directing our hearts in various manners. Those who are health conscious pay much attention to the elements of good health, such as food they eat and exercise they do. Those people in hospitality industry are consciously aware of customers, guests, and pay their attention wholeheartedly in trying to bring fulfillment to those people. The hearts are primarily directed toward customers and guests. Those money-oriented people are like keenly aware of their hearts toward monetary issues to get profit. Their hearts could be saturated by elements of money making. The same thing may apply in the Konkokyo phase. If you direct your heart toward Kami-sama, your heart could be saturated by elements of Kami-sama. Without saturation of a heart with the elements Kami, how could we get blessed through our practice of this? It can be a simple message that no, the practice phase is to direct our heart toward Kami-sama. It can be done only through our practice. But in reality, parents, especially a mother, have always directed their hearts toward a newborn baby and throughout the growth of that baby. The same is true also true in relationship with Kami-sama and men. Before we direct our heart toward Kami-sama, Kami-sama has already directed his heart toward each one of us to get blessed and enjoy some growth of children Kami-sama. But majority of us are unaware of this divine heart that was being given to us. Those believers who could find this true face, they are to enjoy blessing in the true face. Thank you very much. ありがとうございました。
大臣天智金の神神に願い、おかげは我が心にあり、今月今日で頼め。本校大臣天智金の神神に願い、おかげは我が心にあり、今月今日で頼め。
Guide number 3, page 88, number 62. 62.
これは長いから。
書いてん
62. When I visited the Hiramai to give thanks on January 2nd, 1873, Konko Daishin said to me, Kataoka Jiroshiro, Kami considers you to be my right-hand man. The feudal lord has many retainers, but there are few who can be his right-hand man. There are many who practice faith, but there are few who can be Kami's right-hand man. Konko Daishin's right-hand man is you, Kataoka Jiroshiro. I will think of you as a disciple. I will make your Saizaki Hiromai a branch of this Hiromai. When your son, Kataoka Konoshin, becomes 15 years old, have him take your place as head of the family. Every dog has its day. I believe that things will go well since I have done nothing wrong. Since the difference between your age and mine is like that of a parent and child, you will have a long future in front of you. I feel confident because you will continue to perform Toritsugi at your Hiromai after I pass away.
63. Konko Daijin said, when your son becomes 15 years old, have him take your place as head of the family. When a son becomes 15, he will be able to assume social responsibilities. Therefore, you should teach your son how to do things on his own. He should start to practice his own faith for his own personal matters so that he may receive divine blessings. From a parent's point of view, a child is always a child even when they grow up. But if you spoil your child too much or help him too much, it can be harmful. There is a saying, spare the rod and spoil the child.
If you tell your child about the blessings of faith, he will naturally follow you in his practice of faith.
64. Until now, people thought that Kami was enshrined after Konko Daishin received divine presence. However, we were able to understand that Tenchikane no Kami fills the entire universe. Therefore, the world became brighter and people were free.
Freed.
Keep life in order to the hero mind to give thanks on May 10, 1878. Konko Daijin said, Taka Jiro Shiro, Kami thinks you are reliable and gives you the name of Konko Daijin. Have your son attend all the social events as a representative of your family. You are Kami. Things have changed during the past 25 years, and I too have changed. Mr. and Mrs. Kadoka, please be patient. If you do not obey Kami, Kami cannot be fulfilled. Write down what Konko Daishin has told you on this 10th day of May. Konko Daishin taught me you should use the name Konko as your family name after consulting with your family. Konko means golden light shines, and the flash of light. Light makes the world bright. Nothing can be seen when the world is dark. Anybody will be inclined to look for the light, look forward to the future about everything. Write this down now as a memoir. You need not register your new name with the government. It is between Kami and you. All of this means that you have become a Kami.
66. Konko Daijin once said, the dog would not be beaten but for its going out. By Kataoka Joshiro, one go to the bedside of ill people, like doctors do. No one will receive divine blessings if I leave this hero. By remaining here and practicing true faith, people will come to receive divine blessings, and they will become happy by receiving divine blessings.
Thank you.
Good morning. ただいまから歌を4つ歌わせていただきます。We sing what songs? お願いいたします。Day 57新人の栄光です。Big inhale. with a heart caught up in doubt and worry. I face my life every morning, wanting to shine, but somehow holding back joy and fear, surrounding in my heart. Still I know, even as I small as I can run into someday and find a shining, shimmering, brilliant light coming from a path that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high, for we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We are never alone in our lives. When I'm down, I'm ready to surrender. When times are hard and it seems so tough, just knowing each day that I'm never on my own gives me strength and courage to try harder. Holding hands with my friends standing by my side, see arms together we will walk to the shining, shimmering, brilliant light coming from a path that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high, for we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We are never alone in our lives. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high, for we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We are never alone in our lives.
ありがとうございました。Thank you very much. Please see you next time. ありがとうございます。
ギアミ根高大神一神の神神に願い、おかげが心にあり、今月今日で頼み。ギアミ根高大神一神の神神に願い、おかげが我が心にあり、今月今日で頼み。
先生 Thank you for joining us again today. Just a few announcements. Next week, well, actually, this coming week, the 23rd, will be a garage sale preparation. 1:30 p.m. We have a lot of things, so if you can help us, that would be really awesome. 1:30 p.m. garage sale setup. And then 24th, Saturday, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., we'll have another summer garage sale. The donations have been non-stop, and it's really, we have so many things. Come check us out, and maybe you'll find something that you might like. Treasures. And also, Sunday, July 25th, from 9 a.m., we will be having our back to school service and monthly memorial service. 9 o'clock. Yes, the 25th, Sunday. So please come. We have the back to school service prayer. I can email this to you if you like, so you can fill it in before coming into the church. And when you bring it in, Sensei will offer it to the altar, and we will pray for you for the whole school year. So let's pray for a fun-filled, safe school year for this year. Thank you. Teachers and students welcome. Yes. And if you're not a teacher and student, and then you're praying for somebody who is a teacher or student, you're also welcome. Basically, everyone's invited. Thank you. Have a good week.